I'm excited to sit here today with Melissa because I really wanted to talk to you about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Um, it's clear that this is something that you're very passionate about. And why is that?
I think diversity is so important in the business context because, when you have diverse teams, you're going to be so much better for the outcome. It's been proven with a McKinsey study that more diverse teams actually yields to higher profitability. And I actually believe that to be true. Oftentimes, it's difficult when you think of bringing in diverse, like it could be experiences, background, gender, culture, geography, all these different things play into what we call diversity. So diversity is not just male versus female. It's much more like complex and larger to it. But what I mean when I say that we do better work is you have such different ideas. I've traveled the world since I was really little, and I'm really a curious person. I'm constantly trying to learn by looking at it through the lens of others. And I think we all need to be open to that because the truth is that we all have our own bias, whether it's a bias of how we grew up, whether it's the culture that we were raised in, or just the surroundings around us. And it's not bias isn't a bad thing, but we need to be aware that just because I see the world the way I do does not necessarily mean that you see it the same way. So when we bring these things together in a work environment, I think it actually makes the end outcome so much better. It may take a little bit longer to get there, but it will be better for it. And we see that show up in technology. So for example, machine learning. There have been mistakes made because there wasn't a diverse thought or team or process in place. So that is why, we at Crayon are taking efforts to reduce bias, for example, in our AI models. So that's something that we have to be very conscious and aware of. And I'd say the second part of it is that make no mistake, it's unique to have, a female CEO that's young in an IT industry. Look around, you don't see it. And I'm grateful because people have believed in me, given me the opportunities to be where I am. And I never, ever imagined, I did not imagine being in this job, but I love it. And I love the job that I'm in. And I think by us really having sponsorship, having people that believe in diversity and inclusion is important. So that's a diversity element. And I'm sorry, this is a long answer, but I'm really passionate about it. The second is inclusion. Inclusion is something that we have to practice. It's something that oftentimes the way we say things, you always have to be aware of it. And it's something it asks people to be more aware of. Think about what you say and how it resonates with the person on the other side, because communication is different in different cultures and languages. I think in Asia, for example, in many Asian markets, it's not about what you say, it's often about the unsaid. So how you say it, your body language. So think about that. And I would encourage people to also have an open mindset around, talking to each other and learning along the way.
Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.